Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. We're going to talk about Book of Boba Fett Episode 1.
I can't believe there's a freaking Boba Fett show.
Right?
No, after all these years.
I have mixed feelings about the episode.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
Personally, I loved it.
Hey,
not that I don't have complaints. I do have complaints. The main one is the episodes are too short. But like my other complaints are more like I'm just kind of waiting for it to play out.
There wasn't a good hook for a first episode, especially for like a new Star Wars fan. But then it was also a little bit disappointing for all of us who are waiting so long for something like this to happen.
I feel like also the hype for the show probably didn't help because
Yeah.
like it's Boba Fett. Like it's one of the coolest characters of all
Right.
time and people have been talking about it for over a year.
Yeah.
And everyone has like their expectations obviously going into it, so I feel like you know everyone kind of has like what they want to see, but
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was like a good start. It did feel like a little slow at some points, but I feel like that was intentional because you know he's like he was captured, he's being tortured, like he's getting dragged through the desert. It's a long monotonous
He was being
thing.
digested.
Yeah, he's being digested.
It makes sense.
Like, you know, so that's kind of it makes sense.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it
just-
fits, but I can see how you're like
Yeah,
wanting more.
like
I
there's
agree with
been
that.
so many comics and fan films, fan fiction, all this speculation about Boba Fett after Return of the Jedi. And
Yeah,
the one thing that we were all waiting to see, which is Boba getting out of the Sarlacc pit, was like 10 seconds long. So the show opens like Boba Fett in Bacta, right? And I feel like this whole first episode was kind of like based around that, like him kind of getting back up to speed after all the crap that happened in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, of course.
yeah, he's definitely like healing and like
Yeah,
trying to
he's
get back
still-
on his feet and like also trying to find his place in the galaxy now that like everything has changed.
I definitely wanted to see him like shoot out of the Sarlacc with his jetpack and like, you know,
We all
like
did.
what
Yeah.
we saw in comics, or
Yeah.
you know, I have like a statue,
Yeah.
I guess, of him like literally shooting
know.
himself out of.
I have a Hot Toys that I
So, like-
posed like him shooting himself out of the Sarlacc.
yeah,
And
but
I mean,
yeah.
they did show a lot of flashback sequences because apparently he's having problems with his dreams or whatever, telling Fennec that.
Yeah.
I love that Fennec did not care at all. She like didn't even
she's
acknowledge
like,
it. She's like, okay, we have to
I'm
go.
just gonna say Fennec
really just-
Shand was more of a badass in this episode than Boba Fett was,
She really just went, "I'm not your therapist," and walked out of the room.
right?
She didn't. she's
That's
like,
a you
nice."
problem.
We got-
That's not a me problem.
We got to see like flashback sequences like Kamino and Geonosis. That was cool too.
Definitely.
That
Oh
was
my god,
so cool.
that was really cool.
I screamed. I was like,
I wanted to
oh
see
my
more of
God,
Kamino.
Is this happening?
Yeah, it looked the
Definitely.
Geonosis scene looked so real. Like it looked exactly
Right?
from
Yeah.
episode 2. It looked like Daniel Logan again.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
How did you guys feel about the stormtrooper in the Sarlacc?
So I have like one assumption, maybe because there's like people being slowly digested over 1,000 years in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking whenever the stormtroopers came down to look for the droids in A New Hope, maybe that guy was
Yeah.
in there for so long. I don't know.
Oh, like he's
Yeah.
been there for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, he's-
Possible.
Still got
Fell in and
oxygen
they were
in
like,
his
"Oh."
suit, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It seemed very
well,
strange.
Kevin fell in.
We got another
That's
one.
my only
Fine.
explanation for that.
Yeah, I just felt like it was a little bit
Yeah.
odd. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, like why not put put one of the people that fell off of Jabba's sail barge or something in there.
Yeah, like one of the weak
Yeah.
ways or something.
It could have been that like, this is gross, but like, wouldn't the body have decomposed already? But the stormtrooper was in armor, therefore it
was
he
taking
lasted a
longer.
little longer.
Maybe.
Like
Maybe.
that was the idea.
But like we also don't know how long after Boba fell in did he wake up? You know, we don't really know.
Yeah, we don't know the exact like length of
Like, was he in there for a few hours, days?
Yeah.
You know, but then you're being slowly digested over 1,000 years means
Slow.
you're gonna be there for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Dude just crawled out of sand like it was nothing too.
Yeah. Okay, but see, I feel like that there's symbolism in it. You know, him like literally digging out.
Like of
You
a
know?
grave.
And that's what I was gonna say.
He's
It's like
back from the
Okay.
dead.
exactly.
I mean, he never died, but for
I
the
mean-
people who say he died.
How many arguments I had with kids?
That's
growing
like
up?
been the main argument in the Star
Jesus.
Wars community for the past 40
He's
years.
dead. No, he's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
You really-
And that's why
What?
I feel like it
No,
should have
they're
been
not
more
canon.
like it should have just I just feel like
No,
there should have been so much more around that
Okay, but
because of like the discussion
do agree.
after all
I
this
do
can
time.
agree.
see that, but I feel like people would then also make the argument that like it was too comic booky or like too over the top, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like they're trying to make it feel very real. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
Like it'd be awesome, but like,
I understand what you're saying because I agree that like I wanted to see him just shoot out of there, but then like rewatching it, I was like, okay, it's kind of really freaking cool that he's digging out of this thing like
with
tooth and nail,
with his bare hands.
you know.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, I feel like it's symbolism for something, like I don't know, but either way I thought it was cool. Either way I thought it was cool because we still got to see him crawl out of the Sarlacc.
Yeah.
But I feel both.
I see. Yeah,
I
we
see
see
both.
both
I
sides
see both
of
as
it,
well,
yeah.
and I get it. They don't want to spend too much time on that, but let's
Yeah.
talk about the rest of the episode because I don't know. That's kind of where it goes downhill for me. Jawas took his armor. That was funny when they knocked him out.
Yeah,
we know what
like,
happens.
what's
to
the deal
that.
with that? The most badass bounty hunter in the world getting taken out by like a 2-foot tall creature.
Jawas are kind of savage.
He's just having a rough day.
I'll give it to them.
Yeah.
But the whole sand
Yeah,
people
they can
thing,
hold
like,
their
what
own.
was their goal with like taking him captive in the first place? I don't even know. Yeah, they take him captive, and then we got freaking Rhodian over here.
This freaking narc.
The
Rhodian narc.
Oh my god.
What is his problem?
Yeah, like if you're being held captive, wouldn't you want to escape instead of alerting the people
Yeah.
that you're
Dude,
trying to
he
run away?
screamed so loud.
Yeah, or just
He
mind
did.
your business. Like you could have just been like, I was asleep. I didn't even see him
Yeah.
leave. Like,
Well, he's also thinking like, okay, well, this guy's already not gonna escape. Like he predetermined that Boba was not gonna escape.
it's like,
Like
don't even
successfully.
try.
So it's
Yeah.
like, well, when they catch him and they bring him back, they're gonna beat me up or do something to me. Like, oh, why didn't you say anything? You know?
I guess. Yeah. He's just scared. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
but-
Who
I mean,
wouldn't
still
be?
a narc,
I love how the
but-
sand kids just come and like beat up Boba after that.
It's like, the big one I think is, okay, when have you ever seen Tuscans wear black?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So couldn't it be highly possible that these could be the Tuscans that worship Vader
All right, from the comics.
from the comics?
Yeah.
That's
That, like,
canon.
Like
Exactly.
it makes absolutely no sense for them to be wearing black in the desert.
No.
Like that's
You're right.
Black,
that attracts the most heat. Like,
black and red.
From what I'm gathering from all of this, it's like I'm assuming the Sand People are going to train Boba in some way.
yeah, that's how it
because yeah, in Mando, he's obviously like a desert traveler and
Yeah.
wanderer, and now with like Boba's new reforged armor, he's got the black tunic underneath,
Mm-hmm.
so he's adopting some kind of symbolism for
I
Yeah.
think
Fett now.
the Tuscan tribe.
well, like at the end of the episode, he earns their respect, So it's like I feel like we're gonna see him become like part of the tribe, and like by him wearing black, I'm sure he's paying his respects to, because at some point I feel like since now that he's earned their respect, they're gonna help him out, and they're like, oh, you're messed up. Well, I guess we'll give you water, help you recover, and he's wielding their weapons, he's wearing their garbs. So there's definitely a mutual respect once he leaves their, settlement and goes on his way.
Boba's sitting on the throne receiving tribute from random dudes. I don't know. The mayor's major domo was kind of cringy.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That didn't feel like Star Wars.
Delivery,
to me.
His dialogue.
The costume was bad too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I didn't like him.
He felt like he was in an old English world dialect speaking in Star Wars, and it was just very strange.
Yeah, it took me out for sure. I think that was the first scene that really took me out of the first episode.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have been like speaking in Huttese at least. You know?
Yeah.
Like Bib.
And then he adds the 2 Gomorian Guards to his menagerie. Fennec also is just like kill him. But those Gomorians showed up. I mean,
he hires them to like help him out in fights, and then they don't show up until like 3/4 of the way through the fight.
They were gambling.
They're just there to pick him up to throw him in the back to pod again.
They were getting hosed and fed. Remember? I love
how
that.
degrading to those Gomorian Guards. And those dudes were some well-built Gomorian Guards too, compared to what we're usually used
that was
to
cool
seeing.
to see them. Like, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, they reminded me of the like wrestler Gomorians from Mandalorian season 2.
Yeah.
Same build. Yeah.
They probably were the same guys.
Yeah, definitely.
We need you again.
Yeah.
They just changed their like little underwear thing.
Yeah.
I have to say, I was really excited to see Max Rebo.
Oh my god, yes!
He survived. Somehow survived the explosion of
I love that
sail
elephant.
barge.
He jumped out. He popped out the
with
window.
his keyboard.
As soon as he saw like blaster fire, he's like, I'm out.
Not today.
I gotta make it to my next gig.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, but tell me that song did not slap.
It was another rendition of
loved it.
Cantina Band, wasn't it?
Right? But like
The
all
Cantina Band
Spanish.
song?
Yeah.
I
was
want that
pretty
little
cool.
instrument that he was playing.
Yeah.
That was like the best
Mandalorian.
song in this episode. For me, the other soundtracks didn't really hit as well as like Mandalorian. Did you guys feel the same way about that?
I think they were good, but it, like you said, it didn't stand out. Like I wasn't like, oh shit.
It's not stuck in my head. Like I don't remember the Book of Boba theme,
but the
versus
Cantina
the Mandalorian
one,
theme.
the Cantina.
But that was
one.
cool. I recognized that instantly.
Yeah. But what's funny is like I kind of didn't. I was like, I know this, but like, why is? I'm like,
it's
I
like
couldn't
almost
like.
that.
And then I was like, wait, this is just like a remix.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, so Sand Kid, after the whole ambush thing. I need like I need everything Sand Kid. Like
We need to make
Hasbro
Sand
make
Kid
Black
merch.
Series Sand
my
Kid. Give me a
God.
Sand Kid helmet, Sand Kid shirts, mugs, everything
With the dog.
Sand Kid. That's my
Let's
favorite.
do it.
Make him the new Grogu. That's what I want.
Oh my god.
Sand Kid. There you go.
No, like Sand Kid takes Fett and the Rhodian a-hole to dig for water eggs or whatever. Like, I didn't know there were like water eggs in Tatooine.
Me neither.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that.
I'm confused with those because in Mando they crack one of those open and it's like this like black smoke. Didn't look good, smell good apparently.
Yeah.
But this one's like clean water. So I
That
mean,
was so bizarre to me.
I don't know. Yeah, it was weird.
And apparently other monsters live in the sands of Tatooine other than crate dragons or whatever, because
Yes.
Yeah.
Goro from Mortal Kombat just shows up. And thankfully he kills Rodian.
Oh my god.
That's what he gets.
That's what snitches get stitches.
There we go. Well,
Yeah, that's what he
Snitches
gets.
get
Or
buried
dead.
in the sand. Dead.
Yeah.
snitches get their lungs crushed in.
But man, I thought Goro was gonna demolish Sand Kid. Like I was sweating.
Right.
Like, Sand Kid has great acting, by the way. Out of everyone in the
Yeah.
show, Sand Kid has the best acting. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Truly.
And that's
Um,
hard to act with your face completely covered and not like speaking a language
Yeah.
that everyone understands. It's like the two main ways we communicate.
Him
Yeah.
crawling back in
Yeah.
the sand, I legit felt his fear. So Boba strangles Goro like Jabba the
Jabba.
Hutt, which was pretty cool.
One thing that just felt strange to me is like Boba Fett's out there in the middle of the desert with just a kid, and like he doesn't
run
think that he can take the kid or like
Right.
kick his ass or something, or
No, yeah.
he obviously like wrecked the dog
Oh yeah,
with his bare hands earlier. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like no hard feelings. The dog survived too, right? Yeah. I think he did.
yeah.
Well, like I agree, but then again, he's in the middle of the desert, so it's like
With
even
no
if he
water.
escapes,
No food.
It's like-
Well, Sand Kid told him how to find water eggs.
I
I
guess.
guess.
Yeah.
I guess. I'm betting money that's like bantha droppings.
Probably. What else?
Just, they poop water eggs.
That's why the Tuscans have them.
Hey, that everything makes sense now. Yeah, but I agree with you, Taylor. Like, why didn't he just
No, yeah, he could have just
beat up Sand Kid? Like,
beat him.
I mean, maybe Sand Kid's just like Sand Kid knows what's up. Boba was traumatized from getting beat by Sand Kid and his friends.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
My excuse for Boba at this point is just he's messed up. You know, he's burnt to he's crispy.
Yeah. See
First
his
of-
neck,
yeah.
like his chest. I was
I'm
like,
sorry,
"Ooh."
but Boba running away from the Tuscans in the camp in that onesie, like I lost it. He looked like a big baby running.
Oh my god. The jumpsuit, yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. He's like messed up. He couldn't even fight that lady.
Have you ever seen like your grandmother's leg, and it's just like
God.
really veiny and like,
No.
wrinkly, and that's kind of what Boba Fett looks like.
my god!
I was
sorry.
debating whether to bring this up.
Oh my god! We just did
Yeah.
our grandma dirty.
But he has amazing teeth for being in there.
His teeth were unaffected. Dental.
And then it just ends. The episode just ends and kind of leaves you like,
Really did not feel like an ending. I was
no.
like, all right, next. He's gonna wake up right here, and then we're gonna get that next part of what happens.
Why didn't they give us a double feature for the first episode?
Right,
Okay.
Like
the
they
first
did with
episode.
Hawkeye and.
Well, because they're trying to keep us on there. As
Can
long
we
as...
can we talk about how they're like low key no longer making movies and they're just but they are making movies but they're just uploading them 25 minutes at a time?
It's
Like
like
cuz it doesn't really feel like a show format. It feels like
it's a movie. It's a 3-hour movie.
it's a
that
3-hour
we're gonna get.
movie that they're making us spend like
That's what they're
Months
doing.
on.
They
Months
can't. The cost to make it is just so high that they can't do hour-long episodes.
Yeah.
Like if you notice, you watch like a regular TV show, like half the time they're just sitting in a room talking, like for
Yeah.
30 minutes,
Yeah.
and nothing
don't have
exciting
these
happens. So
huge
I guess that's
sets and like
what they're
every
doing.
character has its own costume and its own like skin and hair and like whatever
Yeah.
like
I will say, like, the opening. I think it was the opening scene of the episode where it's Jabba's palace. Like they showcased the whole set, and the whole set looks like
Yeah.
legit.
oh
It
yeah
looks
looks
exactly
beautiful.
like.
But is that
Exactly like
digital
Return of the
or
Jedi.
is it real?
No,
is it
it's
on the
real.
digital
I
stage?
think that
It
was
looks real. I don't
It's
know.
real.
I love the world building.
Yeah.
Like obviously we've seen Tatooine and
Yeah.
so like we've seen Tatooine so many times, but I feel like this was like a really like a deeper dive into what life
Yeah.
is like there and like especially that scene where that like swoop gang like comes.
Oh
and, like,
yeah, I was
heals
just about
that
to mention
guy's
we didn't
water
talk about
and just
that.
Yeah.
graffitis his house and everything. Like life on Tatooine was very hard,
Yeah.
like for everyone. So I thought that was cool to see,
Yeah.
like just like a side character, but like it's still interesting to see.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to talk about real quick. I would obviously I try to stay off of Twitter because it hurts after a while. But like there was some people, they were like, "What's with this new like what words did they go?
Heart of Gold.
Heart of Gold. That Boba Fett was becoming like this noble character, right?
Like,
Did you
wanting
guys
to
get
help
that
everyone
at all?
and, like,
From this show, like that he's like a good guy, or he's like softening up.
His
I kind of felt that.
his character isn't the same as it was in Clone Wars. Like I feel like in Clone Wars you get like a really big glimpse into his actual character.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
Well,
something happened. I don't know. Like even in Mandalorian, like he was so nice.
Well, he almost died.
he should have died.
He should have died.
He probably learned some lessons from almost dying, and he'll probably learn a lot from just training with the Tuscan Raiders.
He did.
Yeah.
He did watch. He did watch behind the scenes of Jabba for like a long time, and he probably was like, you know what, I need to make more friends than enemies.
Yeah.
Honestly,
and
I
he's
think
kind of
so.
just
That's
taking a different
how I
approach to
feel.
being a crime lord.
Yeah, I feel like he really thought about like, okay, the people, like my line of work before and the people I was working with before ended me up in the belly of a Sarlacc. Like he could have died. He should be dead.
Yeah.
And I feel like him coming out and surviving, and the whole reasoning of this new route he's taking is like, okay, well, I should probably, work for me, Like,
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a bounty hunter anymore.
Exactly.
He wants to
Yeah.
work for himself.
exactly.
And like even in Mandalorian, like he's all about respect. He's not like rule follower like Din Djarin, but he, I don't know. I feel like maybe we might see more come from him, kind of like a Kingpin type of villain.
Yeah.
Where like Kingpin's really like respectful,
Godfather,
but then he just
Yeah.
snaps and has those
of
moments where of rage, like we saw him have in the Mandalorian against
Yeah.
the
Like-
squad of stormtroopers.
Like how he blew that fool up, like
Yeah.
point blank.
Oh my god! When I first saw that, I was
Right.
like, oh.
So I'm feeling like he's gonna be more of like a Kingpin type crime lord.
Yeah.
I guess Boba's whole thing in the Clone Wars too was just about like redeeming his dad.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
why he had that hatred for Mace Windu, and
yeah.
I don't
No.
know. I feel like that would mess with anybody.
His thing has always been about respect. I feel like obviously in the Clone Wars it was driven from like it came from a different place. Now this is like a different form of like respect that he's trying to earn and like he's already started. Like he has the respect of the Tuscans, which are some of the most difficult.
They don't trust anybody.
They don't trust anybody.
Everyone
They
is
don't
an
like anybody.
outsider to them. Yeah.
Imagine if he brings the Tuscans into like regular society and just like that's
Right?
how he rules Tatooine, just like with an
That
army
would be
of
crazy.
That
sand
would be
people.
insane.
That's
That
what
would
I
be
was
crazy.
thinking.
Because they're brutal and like
That's
no one
kind of
would
the
Not a bad
direction
idea. He's
all
like,
that-
you know what I need? A military.
All right, guys, thank you for watching this episode of the podcast of episode 1 of Book of Boba Fett. We'll see you next week.